Spring sprung on us once again like it does every year, and this time it won't be wrong to say it also sprung some of the best animes of 2024 we have seen so far. From the return of the most goated isekai animes like Mushoku Tensei, Slime, Konosuba, to the return of the most OG old school animes like Black Butler and Spice and Wolf, to so many new banger animes, this was truly one hell of a season and I was here for it. So without further ado, I present you the best of anime Spring 2024. Starting with Black Butler Public School Arc, the return of the most OG dark fantasy anime after almost a 6-long-year hiatus. And it actually slapped because we truly got one hell of a season. Black Butler is an anime that made the high school days of so many people. So just hearing Sebastian saying "Yes, my lord" in 2024 is truly one hell of a feeling and nostalgia. And overall, you can clearly see the art style and animation improved by a great margin. The cricket tournament may have felt a little absurd to people who actually know about cricket rules, as even the mangaka doesn't truly understand cricket rules properly, so you will have to just embrace the absurdity and just turn your brain off, as it's an anime after all. Talking about OG animes, Spice and Wolf returned after such a long time as a remake. And when it comes to remakes, a lot of the time people are skeptical about the potential quality of the remake of their favorite animes, whether or not it will be able to hold the same weight as the original anime did. And the same was the case for Spice and Wolf. And thankfully, the remake was able to do true justice to the original anime, while at the same time even improving the character designs, art style and animation, successfully transforming it into a proper modern anime adaptation. While at the same time, the return of the best girl Holo was definitely the best thing to happen, as she is once again back to give you economic lessons. And to be honest, I don't even give a fuck about economics, as it's one of the most boring subjects for me and probably most people out there. Boring! But this anime is still able to use that same topic and make it so interesting in a way to make it truly worth it for you. Growing up, I loved heroes and adored them just like every 6-year-old out there who wished that maybe one day he could also become a cool superhero with a cool cape. But what would happen if then the same heroes that everyone adores ends up being narcissistic scumbags and evil pieces of shits? Because that's definitely what Goku Loser Ranger is about. As a child, I absolutely loved Power Rangers, as I will never miss that weekly episode on Nickelodeon. And now that I heard about the concept of Power Rangers but evil, I was immediately interested in Goku Loser Rangers, as it follows the same satire concept of The Boys. People thinking that heroes are all about being good and saving the day, but in reality they can be pretty fucked up, especially when the authority falls in the hand of wrong person. And the same is the case of Rangers in this world, as they control the media, brands, entertainment industry, people's mind and whatnot, while all they care about is just an act, a presentation in front of the cameras and the audience behind the screens, while hiding their true nature and deceiving people. Goku Loser Rangers is brilliantly able to depict and parody that scenario. CGI is probably one of the most hated aspects of anime and is not even accepted as a form of entertainment by the anime community. After what happened to Berserk 2016 and so many other animes, the anime community had developed a form of CGI phobia. Oh! Ew! Dude! What the fuck? But then Studio Orange came to rescue and dropped so many bangers like Trigun Stampede and Beatstars, which left everyone jaw-dropped because of the crazy complex animation sequences and amazing camera movements. And now finally, someone else have also started to follow the steps of Studio Orange in the form of Girls Band Cry. Normally, I am not a big fan of CG animes, as most of them are just experimental failures, and I didn't have much expectations from this anime either. But then I actually watched it, and what I witnessed was a true masterpiece, from the character designs to absolutely fluid animation, to the heartwarming story, to the banger music. Everything was phenomenal and so well produced that just from the first look you can tell that this is truly the work of passion and art. Action scenes are loved by most anime fans out there without a doubt, because who wouldn't want this? But at the same time, it can also become a problem when all that people care about in a show is just pure mindless action and nothing else. Because the same thing happened with Vinland Saga last year when it delivered a crazy action-packed first season. Everyone loved it, and then when second season arrived, a lot of people started calling it straight up boring or farming simulator. And now this time it happened to Tensura Slime season 3. When finally the anime decided to focus more on the world building and plot development, everyone suddenly started calling it boring. Or that time I got reincarnated in a Zoom meeting. Okay, this one was actually good one. What people simply need to understand is that these peaceful days are what actually Rimuru wishes for, and the real fan of this anime wouldn't even complain about something like that. Tensura Slime is without a doubt one of the best isekai anime out there, and the proof is simply the fact that I can even just watch them sit in a room doing meetings in closed walls, talking about politics for an hour, and I won't have any problem, because it's just simply that amazing. Mushoku Tensei finally returned for the most anticipated Season 2 Part 2, and the arc that definitely describes the reason why Mushoku Tensei is truly the epitome of weakness. And also another season of controversy, because there is no way it's possible for Mushoku Tensei to exist without any controversy, and here is my defense of it. Mushoku Tensei is disgusting because it's meant to be disgusting, and Rudius is a scumbag perverted main character that I don't have any sympathy or respect for. And that's also exactly the reason which makes Rudius such a well written and a realistic character, because there is no way you can just expect a protagonist to just get hit by Truck-kun, get reincarnated and live happily in another world. Rudius actually carries the trauma and the memories of the past life within himself, which clearly explains his behavior really well. Overall, this was probably the most emotional roller coaster season, and they really did us dirty on Father Day. But it was a season that truly redeemed Rudius as a great protagonist. Isekai is hands down one of the most overused genre in anime, and no other anime can parody it better than Konosuba without a doubt. The best party on the planet once again returned for another great season, which was true definition of peak and perfection in every moment and every detail. People may call comedy in Konosuba immature and silly, but it's one of those few parody animes which is genuinely able to make me laugh, which is a reminiscent of the fact that how well written and how well timed most comedy scenes are. From amazing world building to such fun and lively characters, Konosuba gets everything right, while giving us the chaddest isekai protagonist and a true advocate of gender equality. Spring was a season that dropped so many new banger animes, but one stood at the top among all, and it was Windbreaker, aka beating the shit out of literally everyone. Hello! But in a wholesome way, it's more than just an action anime, giving a core message about kindness. How a local group formed by a bunch of students get together and protect their town from being harmed, while responsible adults watch bunch of teenagers beat the shit out of each other and turn it into a fucking WWE arena.
Here it comes!
Other than that, Cloverwork have done an absolutely amazing job with the amazingly animated and choreographed fight scenes, making it absolutely entertaining and a successor of Tokyo Revengers, as a lot of people were actually calling Windbreaker a better version of Tokyo Revengers, which is quite true, but the real irony is the fact that it's actually inspired from Tokyo Revengers. They even got Takemichi as a side character. Other than that, we got the most OP Tsundere main character, who is kind of wholesome in a good way, Sakura Haruna, who was always judged due to his quite unique and parallel looks by his negative surroundings, which cause him to become an outcast from the society. But this changes after he comes to the town of Mokachi, where instead of being judged by his looks, he is surprisingly welcomed by everyone. This anime holds a strong message in its core, which makes it truly amazing and more than just another generic high school shonen action anime. Every season, there is always an anime that catches people's attention through the hype train, and one of the recent examples of it was Kaiju No. 8, an anime that finally fulfilled my thirst for the creature-oriented anime that only Attack on Titan could give me. Set in modern Japan, the anime follows the story of Kafka Hibino, a 32-year-old middle-aged man who always dreamed of joining the defense force after his hometown was destroyed by kaijus, kind of Godzilla type of monsters, and because of that, he made a promise with his childhood friend to become a defense force officer and to kill every last kaiju on the planet. Following a great plot, Kaiju No. 8 probably had the best production this season. From the amazing animation to sound design to character designs to most unique and banger opening by Youngblood and ending song done by no other than One Republic.
Konnichiwa, Japan. This is Ryan from One Republic.
Like they literally went all out. But other than the production, one of the things that I like most about Kaiju number 8 is its main character. Because how often is it that you get an inspiring 32-year-old protagonist trying to achieve his dreams and goals, but instead of that, they are going to spam bunch of rip-offs of Kirito. In just a recent interview, the manga author of Kaiju number 8, Matsumoto himself shared that Hebe no Kafka is clearly a reflection of the challenges and failures he had to face to achieve his dream, which makes him an even better protagonist because the story is always going to be amazing when it's going to be written through the heart of the author. There are not really many animes out there that you can truly call masterpiece, but I am pretty sure if there is one anime that really deserves this title, it's Sound Euphonium, an anime that aired for almost 9 long years and finally came to conclusion in 2024 and probably got one of the best endings that an anime can get. At first sight, when you look at this anime, one question always comes to your mind, that how an anime about a high school band can be amazing and praiseworthy enough to be called a masterpiece. But when you actually watch it, you get exposed to probably one of the most beautiful anime adaptations by Q Animation. From the beautiful soundtracks that touches your heart, to such a complex and well-written drama, to the symbolism and the struggle of being a teenager, about not knowing what you want to do or what you want to be in future and feeling purposeless, to the beautiful journey and growth of Komiko. Everything is conveyed in such a beautiful way that I can't even describe it any more in words but to simply say, thank you Hibike Euphonium. So yeah, that's the video for you guys, but before going, please make sure to hit that subscribe button and help me reach my first 100 subscribers. Please also make sure to like the video because it's really motivating and will help me make even better content in the future. Please also make sure to drop your opinions in the comments. I have been Otaku Outlook and I will see you in the next one.